Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another day in paradise, or more specifically, another day in Sheffield, UK. What should you really describe Sheffield as paradise, as Phil Collins seems to think. Not even sure I'd call it paradise adjacent, but it's still a decent place to live. I think most people who come here kind of think, oh, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Which, it's not the most glowing review of a city you can imagine, but given that the perception of a lot of cities in the north of England are that they're going to be the gloomy, depressing, factory-ridden cesspits belching smoke all over the environment, it's always, anything really is a surprise. Anyhow, it's a Sunday afternoon here in Sheffield, out for deliveries, Uber Eats, Deliveroo, beautiful weather, bit chilly, generally bearable. I got my first order in, coming in from Morrison's. It's like a £5 order, £5.45 I think it was, might be a bit more than that, £5.65, and maybe going 3 miles. So let's just get to the shop, pick it up and get going. I really should record more in the evening. Most of my recordings are done sort of during the day, particularly at the weekend when I'm free, and I really should record more when it's dark, but a couple of reasons why I don't. One, it's bloody freezing in the evenings. I do go out, but I'm not always quite in the mood for recording and dealing with that. And secondly, the camera I've got only functions in broad daylight. As soon as we hit darkness, everything has that kind of fuzzy, low quality look of a mobile phone recording from 2012. And a dodgy phone like a Motorola or something rather than a decent one. So I don't record too much in the evenings. I go out in the evenings, just don't record that much. Alright, let's park here. Alright, mate. Alright, man. 3251. A lot of people working today. I feel you're a bit overstaffed, maybe. Just those two chairs. Okay, let's get off to this first order. It's not too heavy, this one. It's got about 9 items in. There's a couple of pints of milk. The rest of it's pretty light. Got some age restricted items in there as well. A packet of cigarettes, which don't do very often. It's mainly alcohol if it's going to be something for the over 18s, but there's still people who smoke, I suppose. Used to myself many years ago. I think it was a packet of Rothmans, which, if you're not from the UK, that probably doesn't mean anything to you, and if you're under a certain age, it probably means nothing to you as well. But for anyone, I would say over about the age of 40, a packet of Rothmans has a real cultural significance. It was very much the kind of the working class cigarette. So something quaintly nostalgic about delivering Rothmans to people. Kind of conjures up an era of, I don't know, working men's clubs and Minder and Thames TV and various other things. And snooker as well, potentially. I can't remember, was it? No, I think it was Embassy. Embassy was another brand, similar to Rothmans. I mean, this is all gold, really, for anyone over 45 who, was from a certain class and lived in the UK. Very much my core demographic, I feel. For everyone else, probably just wondering what on earth I'm talking about. See, I'm kind of curious to see who's actually bought the packet of Rothmans. Do they, fulfil the kind of stereotype of a middle-aged man from a working class neighbourhood? We'll see how it goes. Yeah, because I remember when I was younger, there was quite sort of distinct brands that people smoked depending on, who they wanted to be or how cool they wanted to look. I think Silk Cut tended to be the choice of girls and women. Benson and Hedges was sort of considered to be sort of slightly more sophisticated. Things like Rothmans and Embassy were sort of on the sort of cheaper end. I think sort of Marlboro, if you wanted to look sort of cool or American. Although most people thought you were a bit of a twat. Hope you're enjoying this cigarette chat. Wasn't what I was planning when I came out. Alright, well that's done. I mean, she was an older lady, let's say. So, did kind of conform a little bit to what I felt was someone who might smoke. This was. But I've got another order come straight in immediately after. This again is from Morrison's, a different one this time. And it's about a sort of almost a £7 order, so it's going a reasonable distance. I reckon 3 or 4 miles in total. So we'll see. Again, with these supermarket orders, the big issue is like how many items are in there. You could turn up and it's absolutely sort of rammed with items and really heavy ones, and you won't be able to get it in the bag. In which case, it's a bit of a wasted journey. But if it's not too bad, if it's sort of the 8 to 10 item range, then it's pretty good. So yeah, probably 20 minutes so far, and about nearly £6, I think. That's okay. Add this one on, add another 15-20 minutes. Would have done about £12, 12-13 quid, which is not too bad. I mean, it's still minimum wage, but honestly, even slightly above minimum wage on Uber Eats and Delivery is actually pretty damn good. So we're kind of heading outside of Sheffield on a place called Chesterfield Road, which, as the name suggests, is the road to Chesterfield, which is not that far from Sheffield at all. It's basically kind of adjacent. Sheffield, there's a whole sort of cluster. Most people don't know this who don't live in this area, but there's basically about sort of 4 cities which are incredibly close to each other. You've got Rotherham, Sheffield, Barnsley and Chesterfield, and also I suppose Doncaster, which is pretty close as well. So, and I haven't visited all of them, I still would say that Sheffield is the nicest and the best. I mean, Chesterfield's kind of pretty and quite pleasant. It's got the interesting spire, wonky spire, but it's not a place I'd necessarily want to live. It's a bit on the small side. Rotherham and Barnsley, yeah, neither of those I'd be massively excited to live in. I've gone to Rotherham quite a few times, and It's not winning any architecture awards. That's probably the best I can say about it. It's probably the same for Barnsley as well. And people seem nice enough, but you know, Sheffield is a decent sized place. It's got about 500,000 people. Doesn't feel massive though. It doesn't feel big like a Birmingham or a Manchester or London or even like a Glasgow. It feels quite small. But you know, most of the stuff you may want to do is here in terms of shopping or sport activity. City centre's a bit of a dump though. I'm not sure this is the Morrisons I thought it was, but there we go. I think it might be like a petrol station, Morrisons maybe. Yeah, I think it is. Okay. That's a lot closer than I thought. Never always fully understand the logic of why people order from certain places. So like this, I'm going back to where the previous Morrisons, or very close to where the previous Morrisons was. But I'm ordering from here. I suppose they only have deals from certain places at times, which I suppose makes sense, but still. It's 4710. Thank you so much. Just got to scan that one. Yeah, sure. Let me just show you. There we go. Thank you. That's nice and easy. Just kind of 5 items and another packet of cigarettes as well. This time I think it's Mayfair. Again, this may have got a bit mixed up in my head, but I always felt Mayfair was a bit more kind of sophisticated. I may be wrong. It's a long time ago. Still, everyone seems desperate for a cigarette on a Sunday afternoon. I know the feeling. Maybe they had a rough Saturday and need something to calm them down. I'm always amazed at how many of these shops survive year on year. I understand if a place is really popular, or it's kind of a unique type of restaurant or shop, but you know, you've got like 10 kebab places on this road, and then there are other shops as well. You kind of think like, well, how much of a demand is there for that thing? You know, it'd be like Thai desserts or something, and you're like, well, just the overheads of running a place like that in terms of wages and rent and electricity and gas and all that kind of stuff, equipment, and yeah, and this isn't a sort of a bit about why there's so many Turkish barbers or vape shops or whatever in the UK. I think that's a different thing altogether. These seem like genuine businesses, but a lot of the time you're in them, there's hardly anyone there, and you kind of think, well, you know, how much do they need to actually make money and pay everyone's salaries and everything? Calm down. It is probably a delivery driver. The Toyota Yaris does seem to be the car of choice of the Just Eat, Uber Eats and Deliveroo car driver. Alright mate, how are you? Get that for you. Thank you so much, Joshua. Have a great day. Bye bye mate. I've now got another order come in from a chicken shop, Pepe's Piri Piri or something like that. Kind of a slight knockoff Nando's as far as I can see. They're very popular. I gather they're quite good. I've never eaten from there myself. And yeah, it's paying about £5. Alright mate, have you got 5229? Yeah. Cheers. Yeah. Just scan. Cheers. Oh, is there drinks as well? Okay. Start it. Cheers, mate. Alright, let's get off to this one. It's a kind of a £5 order-ish. And only going a couple of miles, so reasonably good one from delivery. About 10 minutes. So I think by this point I would have been out an hour, maybe just over. Made about £17–18, I think, which is okay. Hi there. So I was just about to call you because it said call on arrival. There you go. Thanks. 6-3. Thank you so much, Beth. Have a good one. Okay, and as soon as I got that done, then I got another one. A pizza place just around the corner. Just about 200 metres from here, and then going perhaps another third of a mile for about 350. I love those kinds of orders. Fabulous. So the pizza place is just up here on the right, and then the actual place I'm going to is just a bit further down. Alright, mate. We've got 5520. Oh, is it that one there? Yeah. Let me just scan that. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, absolutely perfect little order, this one. It was, I think, from the previous place I dropped off. This was 200 metres to the restaurant. Food was ready when I got there. And now another 700 metres to the customer, so perfect. Hi there. No, that's okay. Just give us a sec. I'll give you the small one first and then the big one after. Take that first one. Here's your pizza. 33. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye. Alright, well that was a perfect little order then. And delivered the pizza through the window, which is quite common, I think, particularly if you're delivering to women and they're there on their own. I think naturally they're a bit wary. Strange people come to their door. And quite happy to accommodate that.